All right, Rock Addicts, this is DJ REM, and I have Neil from the band Royal Bliss on the line. How you doing, man?
Doing awesome, man. How are you?
I am doing great. I have to tell you, Shauna sent me your tunes to preview, and I was like instantly hooked and in love, and I actually just sent your link to a friend of mine that does written interviews, and he was like, oh my God, these guys are good. So...
Hell yeah, thanks for spreading it, man. I'm glad you like it.
Yep, and you know, I've been playing you guys every show I do, and I also have you in the 24/7 stream at the station, so you're getting radio play through us.
Thank you very much, man. That's what it's all about. So we need as many people who enjoy the music to spread the word, so we appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely, man. That's what it's all about. You find a band you like, and you want to do everything you can to help them, so that's what we do. So
wish the whole world was like you.
Me too. Okay, so let's start with if you can mention yourself and your spot in the band, and then the other members of the band that are not with us today and what their spots are, please.
Well, my name's Neil, and I'm the lead singer in the band, and Taylor Richards is our lead guitarist, and only guitarist. Dwayne Crawford is our bass player, and Jake Smith is our drummer.
Okay, very cool. And how long have you guys been together as a band?
Well, me, Jake, and Taylor and Royal Bliss have been together for almost 15 years now. And then Dwayne's been with us for 2.5. But yeah, Royal Bliss has been around for 15 years.
Wow, you guys have some longevity there. That's cool.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's one of those things where we absolutely love doing what we do. You know, we love making music and we love playing shows, and we don't want to do anything else. You know, it's our career. You know, it's like some people look at it a different way, but for us, I mean, this is our job and this is our passion, and we absolutely love it. We can't imagine ourselves doing anything else.
Very cool. So what happened 15 years ago to get this band started?
Well, I was dating a girl that went to the same high school that the other guys went to, and we just kind of ended up hanging out at the same parties and such, and I ran into Chris, our old guitarist, and he had mentioned that they had a band, and I was like, well, you need a singer? And so the conversation just kind of started there at a party, and I was playing solo at a pizza parlor down the street. You know, I just said, hey, come and check me out, see what you think. If you like it, maybe we can work something out. And they came down and really liked the way I sang, and I went back to their house after that night. We had a practice, and we wrote like 3 songs, and the chemistry was awesome, and we just gelled as people and as musicians. And the next day, I was like, screw it, I want to be a rock star, and dropped out of college and told my boss, I'm like, I gotta take some work less and focus on the band, and here we are now.
Very cool, man. That's awesome. So how often do you guys practice now? How often do you guys get together and practice?
Well, it's hard. I mean, we're on the road so much now and always playing shows, so we don't get to practice that much anymore. I mean, our practice is basically our sound checks. Right. Or we're working on new songs, or we're sitting on the bus just kind of working out new songs with the acoustic guitars. And then our bass player lives in Atlanta, so we don't get a lot of rehearsal. Back in the day, we used to rehearse 5 days a week for 2-3 hours and just nonstop. But I mean, we're playing so many shows that our shows are like practice.
Right, and and when I asked that question, I didn't realize that you guys are playing that many shows. So obviously, you don't need to practice if you're playing every night.
Yeah, I guess you could consider it practice. Some of those nights when you're only playing in front of 30 people, that's more like practice. Right. But we still, we put it all out there.
Right. So what do you guys have lined up for shows right now? What's on the schedule?
Well, we played a night in St. Louis. Last night we were in Cedar Rapids, which was an awesome show. St. Louis tonight for a benefit concert, and then we head out to Wilmington, Illinois, and Columbus, Ohio, Parkersburg, West Virginia, Rhode Island, and then cross back all the way over to Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, back to Michigan, and then back to Salt Lake for a big Thanksgiving show.
Nice. Where in Michigan are you guys going to be?
We're playing Flint, Michigan on the 17th, and we play gigging on what I think that I don't want to. It's like the 12th or something.
Are those listed like on your Facebook page or something? The dates?
Yeah, that'll be on our website. You can either check it out on our website or Facebook or any of those spots. We'll have all those dates.
Okay, I'm gonna check. I live in Michigan. That's why I was curious.
Oh, nice. Which part?
Southwest, over by Kalamazoo.
Nice. We love Michigan. That's one of our favorite states, man. I'd love to have a house up there one of these days.
There you go, man.
Beautiful state.
So we'll go back a ways here for you again. This is just for you. You know, what got you into music in the beginning? You know, what kind of influences did you have that made you want to do this?
I don't know. You know, it's mainly I just love music. I love singing from a very young age. You know, and I just love a lot of those Disney movies really pushed me. You know, it's all the way back to Zippity Doo-Dah. You know, when I was a kid, and it was fun singing. I never took lessons or anything, and you know, I enjoyed listening to music and the old records that my parents had, and then when I picked up the acoustic guitar that my mom had whenever she was pregnant with me, she gave it to me when I was 13, and I picked that up and started playing in my local church service in the evening, and I don't know, it was just a connection I had with the guitar and being able to write songs. I was growing up in Utah, and I moved there from Missouri, and I was one of the only non-Mormons in the state, pretty much. And so it was a good release for me, and you know, I just kind of write songs, and words would just come out of my head, and it ended up being a pretty good therapy. And at that point, I just fell in love with writing music and performing it. And I don't know, it was crazy. No real big music push in my house. I mean, I took piano lessons, but it was just a connection with singing that made me feel good.
That's awesome. It just kind of sounds like it just kind of came as a natural talent to you, so that's awesome.
Yeah, it was very fortunate.
So, yeah, and I have to tell you, your vocals are killer, so yeah, just keep singing the way you're doing it, dude.
Thanks, man. Good, I don't know how to really do anything else, so.
That's good. You're good at what you do. Keep your day job, okay?
All right.
So, how did you guys come up with the name of the band? How did Royal Bliss come to be?
Well, Royal Bliss, I mean, we were back in the day when we started, you know, high school, like 18, 19 years old, 17, I think Taylor was. And, you know, at that point in time, we were young and kind of experimenting with, you know, drugs that you end up doing in high school. So for nowadays, it's way harder drugs than we're doing. But, you know, when you're doing your acid and mushrooms and all that kind of stuff and smoking the weed and drinking, and that was kind of what we would do together all the time, party with your friends, and the word bliss was, the definition was the peak of a hallucinogenic drug,
right,
or a euphoric experience. And so we were just like, yeah, that's awesome, you know, that's total, we got to have that word in our band name, and we're like, what would go with it? And so we were bouncing around different ideas, and then someone said Royal, and Royal Bliss, and we're just like, yeah, like the king of the highest you could ever be, and so that's kind of, you know, that's what we wanted our music to be. We wanted it to be that other drug, you know, so people could, you know, come to our shows or put on a CD and just be able to zone out and listen to Royal Bliss and be able to get that vibe from it. And so that's pretty much, and that's our focus to this day. You know, we always want to write the best songs we can for every single record, so when you put on the record, you can listen to the whole thing without having to skip through and just find like 2 songs that you like. We hope that you like every single one, and, you know, we put that focus into every song instead of just, you know, being like, oh, well, here's a radio single, then the rest of the record could be crap. So we want the whole thing to be an amazing experience.
Very good. And I have to tell you, when I sat down and after Shauna sent me the tracks, I sat down and I did listen to it from beginning to end, and it, accomplished.
Awesome. Good. Good to hear, man.
Definitely. Okay, so where can people find out more about Royal Bliss? Where are good places for them to go to you know, websites to see about you guys, and then also, do you guys have like merchandise and stuff for sale somewhere?
Yeah, our website is royalbliss.com, and you can buy merch there, see all our tour dates, check links to videos videos. From there, you can get a link to our Twitter page, our Facebook page. I mean, that's by far the best spot to go to get to everywhere that you want to hear about Royal Bliss. We have YouTube pages as well with Royal Bliss webisodes. I think you can get there to all those places from royalbliss.com. So yeah, that's the spot.
Very cool. I just logged into your website actually, and it's pretty cool. Who designed the website for you?
It was my brother actually. He's been helping us since day one develop websites for us, and yeah. So we've had a bunch of different crazy websites, but yeah, he helps us. He's out of Seattle, and a company called Scarab.com. And but yeah, it's like everything that we do, we all collaborate. You know, from the songs we write to the covers of our albums, to the name of the albums, to the website designs, to the photos we do. We all, work together to kind of put our input to make it the best it can be.
Okay, so did he design the album cover too then?
No, we actually had a girl named Alexis. And it was the first time our drummer usually designs all our covers, T-shirts, and stuff. And for this one, we wanted to kind of venture out, and it was really cool because the way she did it was she asked us what our favorite albums of all time, our favorite covers of all time were, and we, went through and picked our favorite album covers, and we picked 3 each and sent them in to her and told her what the album name meant to us, and so she just went through and did a bunch of designs, and we all kind of collaborated on this one to be like, this is the one, and then we just need to switch it up a little bit, and so she nailed it. It was great.
Yeah, it's very cool, and I always ask about the covers because I really appreciate when bands put some time and effort into the artwork and the cover of their album, and it's not just a picture of the band, because it just shows me that they really are serious about the art.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the whole thing. When you buy a CD, it's, you want the whole experience, not just the music. You want to, that's why we always put the lyrics in our albums and everything like that, and list as many things that people might want information on, and have that physical hard copy in your hand, which, is kind of going out of style, but, for those music lovers out there that, they appreciate that.
Yeah, and honestly, I think my experience has been it's actually starting to come back, especially where people are actually getting artists involved, to design their covers and stuff. It kind of seems to be the new wave back again. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think a lot of it was, there's that aspect of it, and I think a lot of it was, bands weren't focusing on writing albums.
Right.
So people were feeling like they were getting ripped off. So it was just like they, spend $15 on a record, and there's only 2 good songs on the entire album, and they're just like, screw it, I'll just go buy one song off of iTunes, or I'll just rip it off the computer.
Right,
exactly. So, now it's like, I think people appreciate it when a band actually puts time and effort into it, writes 80 songs, and picks their best 14 or whatever to put on a record.
Yep.
So you actually get a full album.
Very cool. I definitely agree. So this current album, Waiting Out the Storm, where did you guys record at?
We did that in Nashville with Brian Virtue. And, we spent 2 months down there just living in Nashville and recording the record. It was a cool experience being down there. You get very humbled by all the amazing musicians in that city. It was cool.
Yeah, very nice. Okay, so what's the band's goals for the next couple of years? I mean, where are you guys hoping to be?
Well, I mean, we just want to still be doing this. We love creating music, and we love being out there playing. I mean, of course, we hope that as many people as possible will hear what we do, and we always love playing to packed houses. So we're already working on new songs for a new album, and we'd really like to get overseas at some point, and just keep playing and keep writing music. And I mean, every day we gain new fans, and that's what it's all about. So it's I hope that in 10 years I'm still able to play Royal Bliss songs somewhere, if not still on a big tour. I mean, we love it. So that's the goal is world domination, but
I like it.
It's always one step at a time.
Yeah, very good. And I wish you guys the best of luck with that. So,
thank you very much.
Okay, so if I grabbed your iPod, your MP3 player, however you listen to music, what bands would I find you listening to right now?
Oh man, you'd find a big mix. It's I like all sorts of different music. From Coldplay to Korn, Slipknot to Adele, David Gray. I don't know. I got a pretty Pearl Jam is one of my favorite bands. I always go back to Fleet Foxes. I'm pretty. It's always whatever my mood's in. I listen to all different kinds of music because at any given time that I'm in a certain mood, there's a certain music I want to listen to. And like I said, I always like bands that do complete, full, really good albums and have emotion behind their songs and lyrics, like Kings of Leon and bands like that. And I also like finding those ones that not a lot of people have heard of, and like Hand in the Heart, which isn't very rock and roll, but I like a broad spectrum of music.
Well, I totally appreciate the fact that you have a wide genre of tastes, because so do I, and I really hate it when people get caught up in, oh my God, I can't listen to that kind of music. Are you kidding me? If you like it, who cares,
Exactly. I had this discussion last night with somebody. It was just like, it's sad. Like, there's so many clicks now in music, which I think is also part of the reason that music's struggling so much. Where it's like, if you listen to metal, you can't listen to anything else, or if you listen to country, you can't listen to anything else, or it's just like it's all music, and if it's good, and you connect to the lyrics, you connect to the songs, then it's all good. It's just that that mentality of, oh man, you're such a you can't believe you listen to country. I thought you were a rocker, and it's like, yeah, I am a rocker, but I don't mind listening to some country every once in a while. So it's I wish that mentality would change. It's all music.
Yep, right on, man. Well, I appreciate it very much. So, what sets you guys apart from all the other bands out there? Why should people come to your shows? Why should they buy your album and buy your merchandise?
Well, I think in today's music world, there's a lot of bands that are pretty artificial. They on their live sets they use a lot of fake tracks for vocals and guitars and all sorts of crap, and a lot of them aren't writing their songs, and it's a weird environment. I think it's switching back over, but we're a band that's always been real. We write all our songs, and I write the lyrics from my heart and stories about my life. I don't write them to be on the radio or anything like that. I don't focus like that. It's something you can feel. And our live show is energetic, and every single live show we do, we put it all out on the table, and we play as hard as we possibly can, no matter what the situation is. And I think the audience and the people can tell that we love it, and we're having a good time. And then we'll hang out afterwards and talk to everybody, and we appreciate our fans, because without them we'd be nothing. And so I don't know, we're a good time band. Just come and experience it, and I think you'll like it.
Very cool. And are you guys pretty good about answering fans on Facebook and stuff? Do you guys have time to do that?
Yeah, we are pretty good, because it's like all of us tend to get on there and answer, and we're always on Facebook and responding and doing different things like that. We're definitely proactive when it comes to connecting with the fans.
That's cool, because I know in the age of all the social media and everything, I know it means a lot to a fan when if they post on your page and they're like, hey, you guys rock, and they actually get a response. I think that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, they love it. We love that they're writing to us and taking the time to.
Right. Okay, what is the craziest thing that you're willing to share that's happened to you at a live show?
I mean, there's like we actually, Cedar Rapids, where we played last night, we had the power go out in the middle of our set for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Felt like it was a lot longer.
Right.
And the fans started getting restless, and I was just trying to figure out what to do, and our monitors were still working, and so I just grabbed an acoustic guitar and plugged it through the monitor feed and turned our monitor speakers around towards the audience and started playing cover songs and singing all these cover songs with the fans, which is pretty cool. I mean, it wasn't super crazy, but I mean, it was all the power was out, and all these people were just singing Tom Petty and Johnny Cash and House of Rising Sun at the top of their lungs, which was pretty neat. And a lot of fans still talk about that. It's like, God, that was really awesome. But
heck yeah, I mean, you took a bad situation and turned it into something good for the fans. What's better than that, you know?
yeah, which, I mean, yeah, it's really, it bugs me when bands, like, so many bands just walk off stage and get mad whenever things like that happen. But, man, things like that do happen, so just got to deal with the situation. The fans still paid money to come there.
Exactly.
Stomping off the stage getting angry. What they do, I mean, they're going to get angry, too.
Right, exactly. And they're never going to come see you again, either.
Exactly. It's just like, come on, man. Just entertain. That's what you are, the entertainer. Figure it out.
Right. Very cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a million crazy things on stage that have happened, but
I don't know. That's a pretty darn good one right there. I like it.
all right, man.
Okay, now is time for the most important question of the interview. So I hope you're ready.
Okay.
Who in the band spends the most time in front of the mirror getting ready for a show?
Dwayne.
That was quick. I love it.
That's an easy one. Well, Taylor just rolls out of bed, doesn't really care, and Jake's bald, so he doesn't really care. But Dwayne definitely spends some time in front of that mirror getting pretty. That is for sure.
All right, Dwayne, you rock, man. All right. Anything else that you would like to tell the world? Everybody's going to listen to this interview. Anything I haven't asked you that you want to make sure people know about?
Well, I mean, support your local music. You know, support those bands that are struggling that you haven't heard of, and you know, try to search them out, because they're some of the best ones that you'll ever find, and they're working as hard as they possibly can and writing from their heart, and maybe you'll find, you know, a band that you connect with that you haven't been shown any other way, and you know, they're in your local community, so you know, give them a chance instead of the DJ place or instead of the cover bands. Go check out some local bands, and it might be horrible, but you know, you might find that one that you connect to, and they're the future of music. So, and for all those bands out there that are starting, you know, just if you love it and you're doing it for the right reasons, don't give up and just keep playing. And you know, here we are 15 years later, finally starting to make some headway. But you know, we do it. It's not easy, and it's extremely hard. But if you love it and you truly got the passion for it, play music for the right reasons, so music doesn't lose its integrity, especially rock and roll music. So yeah, just support the local bands and be true to the music.
Yep, definitely, right on, man. And you know, you mentioned earlier that you like to look and listen to bands that, you know, are kind of people don't really know about. And that's what I love about my gig so much is I get to, you know, I hear bands every day that I've never heard of. It's awesome.
Yeah, people mail you CDs all the time. That's awesome.
You know, so it's very cool. I mean, it's just like you guys. Without Shauna, I honestly would not have heard of you. And then she's like, hey, you know, there's this band I want you to check out, and I did, and here we are talking. So it definitely pays off to open up your mind a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I hope more people try to search music that way.
Yep, definitely. All right, the last thing I want to ask of you is to make a couple radio tags for me, if you don't mind.
Okay.
So the first one, you can say, this is Neil from Royal Bliss, and you're listening to rockaddictradio.com.
All right. Hey, this is Neil from Royal Bliss, and you're listening to rockaddictradio.com. Perfect.
And then the second one, same thing, but just throw in there that you're listening to DJ REM at Rock Addict Radio.
Hey, this is Neil from Royal Bliss, and you're listening to DJ REM on rockaddictradio.com.
Very cool, man. Totally appreciate it, because that first generic station tag, I'll throw it. It'll be in the 24/7 stream with your music, which makes it nice because that pops up and then your music plays, so they know who they're listening to. And then I'll also send that to the other DJs for when they play your tunes. So.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Okay, well, once again, I want to thank you for taking the time to talk to me. Your phone connection held up great, so all is well.
Yeah, it worked. I'm stoked.
So, okay, man, we have a great day.
All right, you as well, brother. Thanks for the support.
Yeah, no problem. Make sure you tell the rest of the band I said hello.
I will indeed.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye.